Hi folks, welcome to Targeting the Youth, the video on the channel, if you're new, that talks about players on the current roster, 25 years old and younger. And if that intro, might be a little misleading because, Tage is getting up there now and everything, I do plan to change the pictures, just so you know, in that intro, eventually, So, this is one of the guys I plan on having in one of those pictures. And we are talking, folks, about, there he is, UPL. UPL, folks, has taken a step this year. I want to talk about his numbers and a few other things, so let's get on it. Let's look at his numbers right now. All right, let's look right down at the bottom, guys. His first real solid NHL season is this year. His goals against is a very impressive .238, 5 shutouts. He's 22, 16, and 3, and a save percentage of .915, which he feels like he's far better than .915, though, doesn't he? I mean, it's because he has been the last, I would say, since January the 1st, right around there also. His game is elevated, and he is on a tear, no doubt. And now, I want to talk about his contract. And any regular on this channel will tell you that I'm 3 for 3 when I predict on this particular video about the Sabre next player, whether it be Cousins, you might remember Samuelson, and who was the last one? Levi, that I remember we landed. And this I'm going to predict. We're going to sign him soon. We're going to lock him in. And what's the number, guys? That's the question I'm asking in this video. Don't get carried away just with the good season. Don't, okay? It's one season. Let's be realistic about it too. Got to look at the number. Got to look at the goals against. You got to look at the consistency in his numbers. Like I checked his shutouts. Only 2 of them were 30 saves or more. This is something, you got to look at all these things. Or was it 1? It might have been 1. I can't remember. To me, they're going to look at all the numbers. They're going to look at everything. They're going to look at the win streaks. They're going to look at how he did on the road, how he did against contenders. They're going to look at all this when they break down his new contract. What do you guys think? I'm going to throw a number at you. Tell me what you think. 5 years times 5. I think that's more than fair. You tell me what you think of that. I think we can't go any higher than that because it's risky. With a goalie, it's not like you can pay with potential, or else Devin Levi would be making 6 already. Not yet, but you know what I mean. He'll just get 6 before he even does anything. No. Goalies, usually you have to prove yourself. That's the difference of goalies and other players in the NHL that get paid for potential. I think this guy, 5 times 5 would be a little high, but if we're going to get 5 years of what I'm seeing this year, then it's a fair price going forward, I think. It's a fair price. I don't think we can pay him a cent more than that. I think that's the max. I'd like to see them get him like 4 years times 4, to be honest. That's what I'd like to see. 1 good year, usually for goalies, doesn't cash you in. You have to have some history before you can really get a really decent contract. What I love about this, though, guys, is that Ullmark is not even close to having the season he's having. I love that because Ullmark was just a traitor. I'm glad he's gone. Really, I'm glad he's gone. Guy says all these nice things about Buffalo and then signs with the Bruins. Give me a break. What a traitor. So I'm glad that they're trying to push him out the door, and he nullified a trade to Los Angeles. You guys heard about that, I'm sure. Because Swayman, I've been saying for years, is the goalie over there, not Ullmark. Ullmark, as we know, collapses under pressure. No. This guy, we don't know how he'll do under pressure, though, because he's shown before signs that he can play good. Like, his track record, let's say against Colorado, as an example, his track record against Colorado is excellent, right? For me, that was the eye-opener. Before UPL emerged, I couldn't get out of my head, yeah, but sometimes against really top teams, this guy shows up. And You know, right now, maybe I'm going too harsh, 5 times 5, eh? But I think when you got a goalie, you better nab him, especially if he's wearing our logo, because we're desperate right now. But we have to keep room to have Devin Levi signed. That I want to say right now. We have to make sure we can afford both. We're not getting rid of Devin Levi and just keeping UPL. That would be a horrible mistake. It would be. So, and plus Adams is in love with Levi, so I'm not worried about that. We got to get this guy locked in. And then the next thing will be, if Levi emerges, can you imagine if we had 2 goalies, just like Boston, like what they've been doing, if we had that kind of goaltending? Because I think we could with this guy and Levi now. I like Levi, I'm expecting to show up. UPL's a pleasant surprise for me. I didn't write him off as going to be a terrible goalie, but I didn't think he would ever look this calm this soon. And people are talking about him in the Vezina conversation. Please stop. Stop. No. Let's not go there. Let's just be grateful for what he's doing for us and not worry about those silly trophies. They don't matter. What we want it to get is this guy in the playoffs. And this guy goes off in the playoffs. That's what we want, you know? And the thing is, luckily, okay, that hasn't happened yet. Luckily, and I say luckily because of the contract. But I would take it all year long this year if we got in and UPL went crazy in the playoffs, guys. I would take it all year long, even if it cost us out of the wazoo. So be it. Get in. Let this guy make noise in the playoffs. I would love nothing more than to play the Bruins and it comes down to him and Elmark and this guy wins the battle. I would love that. Oh my goodness, I would love that. So what do you guys think? 5 times 5. Is it too much? Too much too soon? Is it too much too soon? Or has he kind of earned it in a way? Because if you look, he's played the games, you know? He's played the games when we were so bad that, you know, if you look, you know, he played 33 games last year. His numbers weren't great, we know that, but the team was worse last year defensively. This team is better defensively now, so he's going to benefit from that also. It's not like our team is the same defensive team as last year and UPL is the only reason. No. That's hogwash. That's not true at all. But he's gotten better as the defense has gotten better because he's giving them the confidence that, okay, if you screw up, don't worry, I got your back, you know? We haven't had that before. This is really a good feeling first time since Ryan Miller, really. So look, he's played 88 career games, you know, and his goals against is 293. This is what you got to look at too when you're doing the contract. You can't just be just the 1 year thing, you know? It's got to be the whole thing, the whole package. And you got to take into consideration everything, you know, and I'm sure they'll have the numbers and everything and look at it. And I'm just coming up with a number. I think that will work. I don't think he would argue a contract like that if he was offered it. 5 times 5. And I'll tell you what, folks, if we offered him 5 times $5 million a year and we find out he turns that down, we got to get rid of him. We can't have these greed guys on the team. No. But I don't think he's that type of guy. So, you know, but I get worried about the guys that get greedy and they care more about, you know, their pocket than anything. I mean, you're making millions of dollars. Please, you know, stop. So I'm thinking 5 times 5. You tell me what you guys think. But now that I've done this video, guys, at least now you know he's going to get signed. There you go. See you in the next video.